The snow hadn't fallen in years, not like this. Not since the last Christmas they let me walk through their front door. I stood at the edge of the woods behind the old family estate, breath curling in white wisps, my boots sinking into fresh powder. The evergreen lodge loomed ahead, all gabled roofs and glowing windows, wrapped in strings of red and gold lights like a postcard lie. Inside, laughter. Inside, warmth. Inside, them, toasting to tradition, passing around the pecan pie I used to make from Grandma's recipe, pretending I never existed. But I wasn't invisible anymore. I was watching, and I was waiting. Before the story, please subscribe to the channel. My name is Cashin Vale, and if you're just tuning in, welcome to The Silent Ledger. This channel isn't about cooking, or travel, or the soft life hacks that make people feel safe. No. This is where secrets go to burn, where betrayal gets balanced, where the quiet ones, the ones they ignore, dismiss, or discard, finally speak. And trust me, I've been quiet long enough. You don't get revenge without pain. And I've got plenty. My flaw? I used to believe in loyalty. Blood. Family. I thought if you showed up, if you sacrificed, if you loved hard enough, it would mean something. That belief got me thrown out of the house on Christmas Eve. Left with a suitcase, a frozen car, and a voicemail from my sister saying, "You ruined everything, Cass. Just stay away." What did I do? That's the question, isn't it? I didn't steal. I didn't cheat. I didn't scream or break anything. I just remembered. And in this family, memory is a weapon. Especially when you know things, real things, about who they really are. The lodge glowed like a taunt. Through the bay window, I could see the tree, its branches heavy with ornaments, each one a tiny monument to their perfect little lie. The silver bell at the top, the one Mom said was passed down from Great-Grandma Vale, even though I found the made in China sticker on the inside last year. The fake snow dusted on the eaves, the same kind they used to cover up the rot in the porch beams. Everything polished, everything staged, just like me. They wanted me gone because I wouldn't play the part. The cheerful younger brother, the grateful nephew, the one who nods and smiles while they pass around the inheritance like it's already decided. But I saw the will. I saw the transfers. I saw how fast they erased me the second I asked why. And now I'm not asking. I'm uncertain. The wind howled through the pines, carrying the faint chime of sleigh bells from the driveway. Dad's antique set, polished every year like a sacred ritual. I pulled my coat tighter, fingers brushing the object in my inner pocket. Cold. Heavy. A rectangle wrapped in oilcloth, tied with twine. The ledger. Found it in the false back of Grandma's writing desk, buried under a stack of yellowed Christmas cards. No one else knew it existed. Not even Mom, who claimed to have gone through every inch of that house. But I was the one who stayed with Grandma the summer she died. I was the one who held her hand when she whispered, "Don't trust the silence, Cass. It's louder than the shouting." At the time, I thought she was delirious. Now I know she was warning me. The ledger wasn't just a book. It was a record. Payments, dates, names. Some in code, others in plain handwriting. Dad's handwriting. Payments to a lawyer in Buffalo, a private investigator, a woman named Elena Marquez, with an address in Miami, and one entry, circled in red ink. Settlement finalized. No contact. No exceptions. December 24th, 2018. The year I was cut off. But why? What did I do? The ledger didn't say. Not yet. But it had symbols, little marks beside certain names. A triangle with it inside. I'd seen it before. Etched into the base of the silver bell on the tree. Scratched into the bottom of Grandma's teacup. Even tattooed in tiny script on Uncle Rick's wrist, though he always covered it with his watch. I'd asked once. He laughed. Said it was an old fraternity thing. Liar. I took a step forward, snow crunching underfoot, when a flicker caught my eye. In the upstairs window, my old room, the curtain moved. Just a sliver. Then a face. My sister, Lila. She was staring out into the dark, her phone in one hand, eyes scanning the tree line. Looking for someone? looking for me? Our eyes didn't meet, but my pulse spiked. She knew, or suspected. Maybe she'd seen the YouTube channel. The silent ledger had only 3 videos so far, anonymous, voice modified, but undeniable. One about the missing trust fund, one about the offshore account. The third, a photo of that red-circled entry from the ledger, with the caption, "You paid to forget me. I paid attention." Views, 287,000. Comments full of, "Who is this?" and "This family is toxic." And one from a burner account. "Stop digging, Cass, or you'll end up like her." Her.
Grandma.
They said she died of a stroke.
Fast.
Peaceful. But I was there. I saw the way her fingers clawed at her throat, the way her eyes locked on the teacup on the nightstand, the one with the triangle symbol, before she stopped breathing. And now, standing in the snow, I felt it, the weight of the ledger, the cold, the silence, all pressing in like a confession waiting to happen. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A text. "They're watching you. Don't go back. It's not just about the money. It's about what she knew. And now, so do you." No name. No follow-up. Just gone. I looked up. The light in my old room had shut off. But in the snow below the window, something glistened. I stepped closer. A single red ornament, shattered. Inside the glass, not tinsel, a key.
Tiny. Wriststained.
Engraved with the same triangle and beneath it, written in the snow as if by an invisible hand, "Start with the well." My breath stopped. There was no well on this property. Not anymore. They filled it in after Grandma died. Said it was a hazard. But I remember what she told me, the night before she passed, her voice barely a whisper. "If they shut you out, Cass, go underground. The truth's always buried deeper than the lies." I looked back at the house, at the glowing tree, at the family laughing inside, thinking they'd won. They didn't know I had the ledger. They didn't know I'd seen the key. And they had no idea what I was about to dig up. I didn't sleep that night. How could I? The key burned in my pocket like a live coal, and the words in the snow, "Start with the well," echoed in my skull like a curse. I drove back to my storage unit on the edge of town, the only place I'd called home since they kicked me out. No heat, no water, just cinder blocks, a cot, and a folding table where I kept the ledger, my camera gear, and a burner laptop. I spread the pages out under a flickering work lamp, tracing the entries with my finger. The payments, the dates, the names. But one kept coming back. Elena Marquez, Miami. Phone number listed, unregistered. I called it anyway. Straight to voicemail. A woman's voice, tired, accented. "You know the rules. No calls. No contact." Then a click. I played it 3 times. Noticed something on the 3rd pass. In the background, just before the click, jingle bells.
Faint. Tinny.
Like a holiday ringtone. Coincidence? I didn't believe in those anymore. I pulled up the 3rd video from the silent ledger, the one with the red-circled entry. Uploaded 2 days ago. Views climbing. Comments flooding in. Most were speculation. A few were threats. One stood out. "Ask about the fire." User, WinterGhost77. I replied, "What fire?" Gone within minutes. Account deleted. Then my phone rang. Not a text. A call. Unknown number. I answered. Silence. "Who is this?" I said. A breath. Then, barely audible. "You're not supposed to be digging." She warned them what would happen if they cut you off. "Who's this?" I snapped. "What fire?" A pause. A whisper. "The garage. 2016, you were there. You just don't remember." And then click. I froze. The garage. I did remember. Flashback hit me like a shove. December 2016. Snow falling hard. Me, 19, loading gifts into my old Subaru. Mom yelling from the porch. "Cass, don't forget the eggnog." I turned, saw Dad and Uncle Rick near the garage arguing. Rick held a red gas can. Dad said, "It has to look accidental." Then Rick saw me, dropped the can, smiled too wide. "Hey, kid, just prepping the heater for storage." I'd shrugged it off, thought nothing of it, until the fire. That night, the garage burned.
Fast. Hot.
Fire department said it was faulty wiring. No one hurt, but the insurance check came 2 weeks later, $87,000, paid directly to Dad's private account. And in the ledger, an entry, garage claim processed, split 60/40ths, January 3rd, 2017. But why fake a fire? What were they hiding? I scrolled back to Elena Marquez, did a reverse search on the number, came up with a Miami News article from 2018. Local woman injured in house fire, claims arson. Police investigate. Photo, a woman in a hospital bed, bandaged, one eye swollen shut. Name, Elena Marquez. Address, same as in the ledger. My blood turned to ice. They didn't just pay her. They burned her house down.
But why?
And why was she tied to my family? I needed to talk to her. In person. But first, the well. The property map was still in my phone. I downloaded it years ago when I helped Dad with a land survey. The old well was marked northeast corner, behind the overgrown lilac bushes, filled in and covered with concrete in 2019. Officially, safety reasons. But Grandma had called it the family vault. I thought she was joking. Now, I wasn't so sure. I drove back at dawn, wearing a hoodie, gloves, and a camera mounted to my chest. The silent ledger was recording. I brought a pry bar, a flashlight, and a backpack with extra batteries. The woods were silent. No footprints but mine. I reached the spot, concrete slab, moss-covered, with a single red ribbon tied around a rusted pipe jutting out.
A bow. Fresh.
Someone had been here. I pried at the edge. Concrete cracked. Dust rose. Underneath, darkness. A shaft, narrow, descending into black. I shone the light down. Something glinted at the bottom. Not water.
Teeth.
I recoiled. No, not teeth.
Keys.
A whole bunch of them, tangled in a rusted chain, resting on a wooden crate. And beside them, a child's red mitten. My mitten. I'd lost it the winter I was 10. The winter Grandma got sick. I remembered crying over it. Mom said it must have blown into the well before they sealed it. But why was it here?
Why now?
I was about to lower a rope when a voice cut through the trees. "You shouldn't be here."
I spun.
Lila stood 10 feet away, wrapped in a wool coat, face pale, eyes wide. "You're filming this?" she said, staring at the camera. "Cass, turn it off. Please."
Why?
I said. "Afraid I'll find something?" She stepped closer. "You don't understand what you're messing with. That fire in Miami? Elena was Mom's sister. Your aunt. The one they said died in a car crash." I stared at her. "What?" "She didn't die. They paid her to disappear. After the garage fire. After she found out about the will. About how they were cutting you out and why." "Why?" I whispered. Lila hesitated. "Then, because you're not Dad's son, Cass. You're hers. Elena's. She gave you up. They adopted you. But Grandma knew, and she left proof. In the well." I felt the world tilt. Not a veil. Never was. And they didn't cut me off because I remembered. They cut me off because I belonged to the woman they tried to erase. Lila reached into her coat. I tensed. Thought she'd pull a weapon. Instead, she handed me a USB drive. "Grandma gave this to me the night she died. Said if they ever shut you out, I should give it to you." I took it.
Cold.
Tiny. Then she looked past me, into the well, and whispered, "But Cass, the key you found? That's not for the well." I frowned. "What do you mean?" "It's for the safe. Under the floorboards in Grandma's room. And whatever's in there, it's not just about the money." She turned to leave. "Wait," I said. "Why help me now?" She didn't look back. "Because I saw the video. And I finally believe you." Then she was gone. I stood there, wind biting my face, the USB in one hand, the ledger in the other. They lied about my blood. They lied about the fire. They lied about her death. And now I had proof. I looked down into the dark well and smiled. I didn't go home. I went to the lodge. While they slept, stuffed with turkey and denial, I slipped through the back porch, Grandma's old key still on my ring. The one she said, opens more than doors. The house was dark, silent except for the hum of the furnace and the faint snore of Uncle Rick from the guest room. Grandma's room was untouched, still frozen in time. Lavender sachets in the drawers, her reading glasses on the nightstand, the quilt folded just so. They kept it like a shrine, a lie dressed as respect. I dropped to my knees beside the bed, pried up the loose floorboard near the headboard, just like she showed me when I was 12. For emergencies, she'd said. And Cass, you'll know when it's time. Time had come. Underneath, a steel safe, no bigger than a shoebox, bolted to the joists. And in the center of the front, the triangle with the dot. I pulled the rusted key from my pocket. It fit. The lock turned with a soft click. Inside, a single manila envelope, sealed with red wax. No label, just my name, written in Grandma's shaky hand, Cashin. I opened it. Photos first. Me as a baby, swaddled in a blue blanket, but the hospital tag read, Elena Marquez, infant male, DOB, December 23rd, 2003. Then another, Mom and Dad, younger, standing beside a woman I didn't recognize, Elena, at a beach house, smiling, arms around each other. A family, then a document, a private adoption agreement, dated 2004, signed by Elena Marquez, relinquishing parental rights, witnessed by Robert Vale, Dad, and Margaret Vale, Grandma. But at the bottom, a handwritten addendum in Grandma's script. He is not theirs by blood, but he is theirs by choice. And if they ever turn him away, he must know the truth. He was never the problem. They were. My throat closed. I wasn't stolen. I wasn't a secret to hide. I was chosen. And then unchosen the second I stopped playing the part. I reached deeper into the safe. Another photo. This one made me freeze.
Grandma.
In a hospital bed. Not the one from her final days, but earlier. Spring 2019. Tubes in her arms. And standing beside her, holding her hand, Lila, but not smiling, arguing. And on the bedside table, a small glass vial, clear liquid, label torn off. I flipped the photo. On the back, in Lila's handwriting. I didn't mean to. I thought it was her medicine. My blood turned to ice. I remembered the night Grandma died, how she gasped, clawed at her throat, how the nurse said it was unexpected, rapid, how Lila was the last one in the room. She didn't mean to. My hands shook. Lila, my sister, the one who just handed me the USB, who said she believed me, had poisoned Grandma? By accident? Or was that just the story she told herself? I plugged the USB into my laptop. A single video file. For Cass, if they shut you out. Grandma's face filled the screen.
Pale. Thin.
But her eyes sharp.
Alive.
Cashin, if you're watching this, they've done it. They've shut you out. And if they have, it means they're afraid. Afraid of this, of you knowing the truth about who you are. But there's something else. Something even I didn't see coming. She paused, breathing hard. Lila came to me that night, said she wanted to fix things, that she'd found the ledger, that she'd confront them, but she was scared.
So I gave her something.
A vial. I told her it was a sedative, something to calm Dad down, to make him listen, just enough to talk. But I didn't label it right. And she thought it was the heart medicine I'd been taking. Her voice cracked. It wasn't the sedative, Cass. It was the euthanasia dose. The one the hospice left for me, for when the pain got too bad. I never meant for her to use it. Never. But she did. And now she carries the guilt. And they know. They've been using it to control her ever since. The screen flickered. Be careful, Cass. Revenge feels clean in your mind, but it stains the soul. And if you're not careful, you'll become the thing you hate. The video ended. Silence. I sat there, the truth crashing over me like a wave. Lila didn't betray me. She tried to save me. And in doing so, she killed the only person who ever fought for me. And now, the family had leverage. They weren't just keeping me out, they were keeping her in line, using her guilt like a leash. I wasn't just avenging myself. I was freeing her. I grabbed the camera.
Turn it on.
This is Cash and Veil, I whispered, voice raw. And you're about to see what happens when a family thinks they've buried the truth. I uploaded the video, Grandma's message, to the silent ledger. Set it to post in 2 hours. Then I heard footsteps.
Slow.
Deliberate. I turned. Lila stood in the doorway, but her eyes weren't scared. They were cold. I told you not to come back, she said. Behind her, the lights flicked on. Uncle Rick, Dad,
Mom.
all dressed, all awake. Dad smiled. Welcome home, son. But it wasn't warmth in his voice. It was warning. Lila stepped aside. Rick held a phone. On the screen, a live stream. My channel. And the video, Grandma's video, was already buffering. Too late, I said.
Dad shook his head. No.
It's not. Because if that goes live, Lila goes to prison. I looked at her. She didn't flinch. I'll take it, she said, if it means you win. But then Mom stepped forward, holding a second phone. On it, a recording. Lila, whispering into a voice memo. I should have done it sooner. Maybe then, he'd never come back. My stomach dropped. They'd manipulated her, framed her. This wasn't her guilt. It was their trap. And I'd walked right into it. Dad leaned in. You want revenge, Cashin?
Fine.
But every move you make, someone pays. Even her. I looked at Lila, at the safe, at the camera still rolling. And for the first time, I wasn't sure if I was the hero of this story, or the next casualty. The air in Grandma's room was thick, like breathing through gauze. 5 of us. 1 camera. A dozen lies. Dad still held his phone, the fake recording of Lila playing on loop. I should have done it sooner.
A lie.
A trap. A masterstroke of manipulation. But I wasn't playing by their rules anymore. I reached into my coat and pulled out my own phone. Already recording. The red light blinked steady. You want a confession? I said, voice low, steady. Let's give them one. I turned to face the camera. Not for views. Not for justice. For truth. This is Cashin Vale, adopted son of Robert and Diane Vale, nephew of Rick Vale, brother to Lila Vale, and, as of tonight, the only one in this family who hasn't lied to save their own skin. Dad stepped forward. Shut it off, Cass. No, I said, because here's what really happened. I held up the ledger. Open to the page. December 24th, 2018. Payment of $250,000 transferred to Elena Marquez, my biological mother, with the note. Settlement finalized. No contact. No exceptions.
Why?
Because I was getting close to the truth about the garage fire. Because I asked why Uncle Rick had a gas can the night it burned down. Rick's face twitched. That's not. Shut up, I snapped. You torched it to collect insurance. But it wasn't about the money. It was about what was inside. The evidence. The adoption papers Grandma refused to destroy. The proof that Mom and Dad falsified documents to make it look like Elena abandoned me. I turned to Mom. You didn't rescue me.
You stole me.
And when I started asking questions, you erased me. Silence. Then Lila whispered, Cass. I looked at her.
And you didn't kill Grandma.
You thought you were giving her medicine, but they let you believe you killed her. They used your guilt to control you, to keep you quiet, to keep me out. Tears streaked her face. I didn't know. I know, I said. And that's why I'm doing this. I reached into my bag and pulled out a second USB. This one's already uploaded. Time-stamped to go live in 5 minutes. It has everything. The ledger, the adoption records, the insurance fraud, the payments to Elena, and Grandma's video, where she confesses she gave you the wrong vial. I looked at Lila. She forgave you. Then I turned to Dad. And it has the metadata from your phone, showing you edited that voice memo of Lila. Fabricated it. Just like you fabricated my life. His face went pale. You can't prove that. I smiled.
Cold.
Final. I already did. I hit send on my phone. The video. The Valas lied. Here's the proof. Uploaded instantly.
Public.
Unlisted link already sent to 3 major news outlets. And to Elena. The room exploded. Dad lunged. I sidestepped. Rick grabbed my arm, hard, but Lila stepped between us.
No, she said.
He's telling the truth. You ungrateful brat, Mom hissed. We gave you everything. You gave me a role, I said. And when I stopped acting, you cast me out. I backed toward the door, camera still rolling. But here's the best part. You can't take it down. It's mirrored on 3 servers, backed up in the cloud. And if anything happens to me, it auto-posts the full archive, including the part where you threatened to frame Lila for murder. Silence. Then Dad laughed. A dry, broken sound. You think this changes anything? People will say you're just a bitter kid, a liar with a camera. I stepped into the hallway, turned back. No, I said. But she won't. I nodded past him. At the doorway stood a woman.
Tall.
Dark hair streaked with gray. One side of her face still scarred from the fire.
Elena Marquez.
My mother. She held a thick envelope, labeled, evidence. For my son. I'm not dead, she said, voice steady. And I'm not silent anymore. Dad's face collapsed. Lila gasped. And for the first time in years, I felt it, relief. Not victory. Not joy. Balance. I walked out, leaving them standing in the wreckage of their lies. Outside, snow fell again. Heavy. Quiet. I didn't look back, but I did stop at the edge of the woods, where the well was, and dropped the ledger into the dark. Let them dig. Let them rot. The next morning, the video had 2.3 million views. The news picked it up by noon. By evening, the police were at the lodge. Lila called me at midnight. They're charging Rick for arson, Dad for fraud, Mom for falsifying adoption records, and me. She paused. They said I might have to testify, but I'll be okay. I closed my eyes. You are okay. And you? What now? I looked at the camera on my desk. The red light off. No more videos, I said. The ledgers close, but then I added, softer. Unless they come after you. She was quiet. Then, they won't. Not anymore. I hung up, sat in the dark. And for the first time in years, I cried. Not for what I'd lost, but for what I'd reclaimed. 6 months later, I stood in front of a different tree. Not the glittering lie at the Evergreen Lodge. Not the one wrapped in fake snow and false cheer. This one was real.
Tall.
Untrimmed. Growing wild in the backyard of a small cottage on the edge of Black Pine Lake, bought with the settlement money from a lawsuit, the one Elena filed on my behalf after the video went viral.
No lights. No ornaments.
Just wind in the branches and the quiet hush of snow settling on pine needles. I held a mug of tea, her blend, lavender and chamomile, the one Grandma always drank. I hadn't touched a camera since that night. The silent ledger had one final video. I called it, I Got My Revenge. And it wasn't enough. No footage of confrontations. No evidence. Just me, sitting in the dark, speaking into the lens. Revenge feels like fire. It warms you when you're frozen. It lights the dark. But fire doesn't care who it burns. And when it's done, all that's left is ash. I told them about Lila, how she moved to Oregon, started therapy, changed her name, how she wrote me one letter. Thank you for not letting me stay buried. I told them about Mom and Dad, divorced, bankrupt, Dad facing prison. Mom living in a rental basement, her social media scrubbed, her reputation in ruins. Rick, charged with arson, insurance fraud, and conspiracy, sentenced to 7 years. And Elena? She came to visit last month. We didn't hug at first. We just stood there, two strangers shaped by the same loss. Then she said, "I never stopped looking for you." And I believed her. But here's the thing about revenge. It doesn't bring back what was taken. It doesn't unsay the words, unfeel the cold, unlive the years of silence. I thought exposing the truth would make me whole. Instead, it just made the wound visible. I sold the lodge, every inch of it. The buyers? A non-profit for foster youth. They're turning it into a shelter, a place where kids who've been cast out can find warmth. I donated Grandma's journals, the real ones, the ones not in the safe, full of her thoughts, her fears, her love for me. They're archived now, part of a university collection on hidden histories of family. And the triangle with the dot? Turns out it wasn't a secret society, not a cult, not a code for criminals. It was a promise. Grandma's mother, a social worker in the 60s, used it to mark files of children she rescued from abusive homes. The triangle of safe passage, she called it. A symbol that someone had been saved, that they were seen. Grandma passed it down. To Elena.
To me.
I had it tattooed on my wrist. Not in shame, in honor. But peace? Peace is slower than revenge. Some nights, I still wake up sweating, convinced I hear footsteps on the porch. That they've come back. That it wasn't enough. And sometimes, I wonder if I crossed a line. Because after the video dropped, a man, Uncle Rick's best friend, lost his job. His wife left him. He left a comment under the video. I didn't know, but I'm paying anyway. I didn't think about the ripple. I only wanted the center to collapse. Now I know, when you burn down a house, the smoke doesn't stop at the walls. There's one more thing. Last week I got a package. No return address. Inside, a small wooden box, carved with the triangle symbol. And inside that, a single key. Not like the one from the well. This one was newer, silver. And on the bow, a number. Unit 317, Evergreen Storage. I didn't recognize it. So I drove there. Unit 317 was under my name. I never rented it. Inside, a single chair, a camera on a tripod, and a monitor. On the screen, live footage. My cottage. From inside, the bedroom, the kitchen, the hallway. Someone had been watching. And on the camera's memory card, a single video file. I played it. It was me from the night of the confrontation. But the angle impossible. It wasn't my camera. Then the screen cut to text. You broke the family. Now someone has to rebuild it. Are you ready to lead? No signature. No voice. Just the symbol. Glowing in the corner. Triangle.
Huh.
I deleted the footage. Burned the card. But I kept the key. And tonight, as I stand beneath the wild pine tree, snow falling soft and silent, I realize something. Revenge ended that night. But the ledger? It's still open. I take one last sip of tea. Then I whisper into the cold air, like she used to, like a ritual. The truth is buried deeper than the lies. And somewhere, I swear, the wind answers. Final word. Because the most dangerous revenge isn't the one you take. It's the one that changes you.